Hi there, welcome to my desk. It's Sherry here. Just thought I'd come on to do a bit of playing with watercolors. Water watercolor paper. This is cold press surface, 140-pound acid-free paper watercolor pad. So what I have on my desk here is some Crayola watercolors. Some Yarka, probably saying that wrong, watercolors that I was gifted a while ago, and they're just normal colors, nothing fancy. I have no metallic-y, shiny watercolor stuff, which is what the lady was using from Creative Cove that I saw. I've seen other people do this too. Basically, taped off watercolor paper, whatever size cards you want to use or whatever. Use your homemade stamps that you carve. And I've carved quite a few. Here's one of them. That's this one. These are all my carved stamps, and they're not that great, but they work for me. So I'm just going to play with a little bit of watercolor and see what happens. I also outlined a few of these things with a brain is not working. Derwent, what do they call? They're all yelling at me and telling me what they are. Derwent ink tents, that's it. Ink tent pencils that I have had for years. You could also try to use, if you have them, the portfolio. They are water-soluble oil pastels, and they work very nicely for this kind of thing. They are not, however, not so cheap, but they might work, be fun to play with. But I'm not using those, I'm just using my regular watercolors. Over here I have 2 containers of water and a brush. I haven't used this brush with any of my acrylic paints or anything. It's just a brand new. It's not brand new. I didn't buy it. I've had it for a long time. But we're just going to play with some of the colors. Now the yellow stamp that you see here, that is a oxide, so it's going to do some different things, and there's a little bit in there. So we'll see what happens. It's fluffy on my desk. I'm just gonna wet that to set the intent so it doesn't move. Once it's dry, it won't move, hopefully. Now you can use a finer brush if you want, finer detail. I'm not that great with the watercolor. In other words, I'm not an expert on watercolor at all. As you can see, the yellow is already changing. Let's outline that one with my resident black kitty be on my desk. So there's a little black cat fur in here as well. I sprayed my watercolor paints first before I started this. So they're already somewhat wet. And most of the ink that I use to stamp is permanent archival ink. The watercolor paper was dry when I started, but it's still, every time you go over it with a brush, it gets saturated with water. And I'm liking this purple. And the Yarka, it's Yarka. You can probably find them on Amazon, but I don't know where they came from because they were gifted to me. And the tape is just to create the separations. The water and the paint will probably bleed under some of it, even though it's painter's tape. What I'm doing here is just kind of activating the yellow oxide. I think that very talkative. As you can see, the ink tent is no longer moving. So the Crayola doesn't have as much pigment in it, so it's going to be a lot lighter. And this brush is a Royal, I can't read that. I'm trying to hurry and not make this a long video. I say I'm liking this brand with watercolors. Wish I had more colors. That's what they look like. And like I said, I don't have that many. It's black, purple, and this is a very dark blue and a very dark green. That's brown, red, orange, and yellow. Before I won't put these away until they're dry. The lady that I saw doing this used what looks like more monotone colors. Now we're just gonna let it dry and see what happens. So, give it a try. Have some fun with your watercolors. As I said, I am no expert, so the tape is supposed to come off without tearing the paper, but that doesn't always happen. It's sometimes with tearing paper. And I will come back on after just to show the cards when they're dry, after I cut them, and see what happens. So I'm not sure if I'm finished yet. I'm never sure if I'm finished. But that is what they look like at the moment. And when I take the rest of the tape off, it'll just leave a line like this, hopefully. You can see some of it will bleed through. I kind of like the colors when they bleed. So I hope you enjoyed this, and let me know if you try it, and what you come up with. If you have homemade stamps, use them. If you don't, use your regular stamps and create that way. However you like it. I hope you enjoy this and like, share, and have a nice weekend. Not so nice here, but hopefully it's nicer where you are. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye now.